Hey everybody, how's it going? Greetings and welcome to Conflict Radio. Today is June 30th. Is it the last day of the month? It might be, right? I think tomorrow's the 1st. So it's the last day of June. How's everybody doing today? I see some people in here. Antonio, hi, how are you? Today we are having a special arrow pointing episode. Okay? How's it going, Paul? There is no guest today. It's just me. We are having open lines, so why don't I just go ahead and post the open lines number here so people can see it. If somebody wants to call, go ahead and call. But I want to talk about arrows. You know, I've got some channels I'm subscribed to on my Roku device, and I can go down and scroll down to my subscriptions area. And all I've been seeing lately is a whole bunch of arrows pointing at things like, oh, click here, click here, click here. So I thought, you know what? Why not jump on and point some arrows at a UFO or a picture of a UFO or something, and put must watch, this, that, and other thing, and I can fit in with the other channels and their arrows and their clickbait, because that's all it is. It's just clickbait. And I find it ridiculous that red arrows are all of a sudden a big thing with UFO channels. What's with all the arrows, guys? Calm down. Hewan Hound of the Valinor says, what's going on? And nothing, man. Nothing. It's clickbait. You fell for it. I trapped you. You clicked on it. You're watching because I put a whole bunch of arrows in the video here. So open lines is here. If anybody wants to give a call, and we'll see if anybody wants to join us here. I see Dr. Strangelove is here. Paul Besk is here. Antonio's here. Mr. Fox is here. Smooth Player is here. Textured Puma is here. Textured Puma says, I love arrows. Can't wait for this show. Yeah, I guess if I was some of these other channels, I would use arrows in every single video I put up, just because arrows are the way to go. But look, if you're one of these channels that like putting arrows all over your thumbnails, I've got some news for you. I've done some research on this, and this is why people put arrows in YouTube videos. I actually looked this up. And I'll just go ahead and read it for you. It says, whether you're simply a lover of YouTube and enjoy sifting through countless videos day in and day out, or you're planning on becoming a YouTuber yourself, one thing that you may have caught your eyes is an infamous YouTube thumbnail with an arrow on it. What do these arrows mean, though? Is there a reason for this pointer, or is it a scam? Excuse me for a second. I got to clear my throat. All right. It says, why do YouTube thumbnails have arrows? Some people will place arrows strategically in YouTube video thumbnails to get more views. And while it may work temporarily, these arrows are often used for clickbait and will do more harm than good in the long run. If you have ever wondered why there are arrows plastered all over some people's videos, you have come to the right place. There's a lot that goes into these arrows. Whether they are needed or warranted or not, well, that will come down to the creator. As the consumer, you will be able to understand the infamous arrows and perhaps why you should avoid them. So if you're not watching this video because there's arrows all over the place, good for you. You're awake. What is a YouTube thumbnail? It says it goes into an explanation of what a YouTube thumbnail is, and it basically is a picture you see when you're looking at your suggested videos or channels or whatnot. It's the picture there. Is an arrow clickbait? It says arrows on YouTube thumbnails are almost always associated with clickbait. Almost always associated with clickbait, which is essentially just false advertising. Unfortunately, a lot of the time people use a thumbnail that has nothing to do with their video and they put arrows all over it. For instance, I'm sorry. The moon, something about the moon, or someone trying to put together their Superman cupcake video might use something entirely different. Instead of being honest, they might use wording on their thumbnail like Lady Gaga secretly loves these. Here's why. This will likely be surrounded by arrows, shocked faces, and maybe a little Superman cupcake in the corner hidden away. The problem with clickbait is that viewers are being lied to. They want to know what Lady Gaga secretly loves, but instead they are watching you pour eggs, flour, and sugar into a bowl for 6 minutes. Did your views go up a lot? You bet. Did maybe you gain a few followers that love baking? Sure. Did you piss a lot of people off? Definitely. And there's all kinds of stuff here about arrows. All right, but I've got some big news for everybody that likes putting arrows all over their thumbnails. All right, pointing a finger works much better than using pointed arrows. Okay, this is a new study from the University of Lincoln in Nebraska. I'm guessing here. Images of pointed fingers are much better at diverting people's attention than directional arrows. New psychology research suggests researchers have shown that biological cues like an outstretched index finger or a pair of eyes looking to one side affect people's attention even when they are irrelevant to the task at hand. Abstract directional symbols like pointed arrows or the written words left and right do have the same effect. So there's this whole paper here. Let me move it over here so you guys can see it. Up, I done messed something up here. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna move this over here, and there you go. There's the story. Let's try some open lines. Let's see. Guess I gotta scroll down. There you go. Paul Beska with the pointed fingers all around. Chuck Bam, how you doing? Renee Cruz, how you doing? Gang signs, Mr. Fox says. Yeah, check out all this. Stonewall Research, Budcat, the whole history, choke channel UFO issue is a scam. Ancient aliens, laughing my ass off too much. Okay, so you see here, guys, stop putting arrows in your thumbnails. Look, if you just use a pointed finger, it's much more psychologically effective to get people to click on your video and to watch that normally wouldn't watch. So I see we've got 30 people in here that are attracted to the arrow pointing. Let me move this over here. And okay, so Skype is open, guys. We are ready for some open lines. So if anybody wants to call in, I don't know. Are you guys hearing me here? Oh, I guess I popped up the wrong thumbnail there. There we go. There's a number, 256-850-4513. Up, I should have had a bunch of arrows pointed down to the call-in button, right? So, I just want to chat with you guys in chat. A lot of you guys come on this show all the time. Mr. Fox, Chuck Bam, Antonio, Dr. Strangelove, all of you guys, to get some ideas on guests. Who do you guys want to hear? Write it down. If you don't want to call in, write it down. Here, let me get a drink here and light up a cigarette. Floppy and Wah says, I was curious, what the hell are you talking about? I'm talking about all of the arrows that people are seeing in their thumbnails here. Let me just give you an example. Let me go here and type in this let me show you what I'm talking about here. Okay, so come over here. You see this channel? Look at this. I mean, is this not ridiculous? Let me just go there and then I'll click on videos. Look at this. Boom, 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 boom. I don't know if I don't know if there's a delay with you guys that are actually watching. Look at all of this. Unbelievable, right? And there's another channel now that started doing it. So between this channel and this other channel that I'm subscribed to, well, I'm not subscribed to here. I'm subscribed to on my Roku, but that's a different account. You guys see this? Isn't this not like the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen? Let me see what you guys are saying. Get Corn Pop onto the show as a guest. Yeah, that'd be a good idea. You know what? Let me grab my notepad here so you guys give me some good guest suggestions. Get on Owen Schroyer. Let me write that down. So if you guys know anybody, go ahead and you know what? Let me turn this off for you guys here. Let me move this over here, and I'll minimize this, and I'll bring back up the colon button, the colon number there. If anybody wants to go ahead and call. Corn Pop was a bad dude. He was. All right, let me write that down. Owen Shroyer. All right, so I'll check that out. Anybody else have any ideas? Conflict that is so much BS arrows. I know, right? I know. And I actually read the story about how it's clickbait. It's all clickbait. You know, no, you know what? And there's a lot of people that listen to shows. Like I try to bring on guests. I don't know everything. I'm not going to sit here and, oh my God, did you see this? Oh my God, did you see this? There are, even if I know it's crap, I'm going to tell you it's crap. I'm not going to make a video, okay, point a bunch of arrows at crap and say, oh my God, look at this. Isn't this amazing? Isn't this awesome? No, I'm not going to do that. Because I'm not going to totally, I guess, pull the wool over you guys. Arrows are the new in thing. Apparently, pointing fingers. No, Chuck, I don't want to get people like this on my channel. I'm talking about guests that can, you know, Mr. Fox put a good vid on the mud flood. How about that, Conflict? Put a good vid on the mud flood. No, I didn't see if Mr. Fox, I don't see any other guest suggestions. I'm not going to have Alex Jones on the show. That's not going to happen. Get that dude Jared on. Ha ha ha, just kidding. Yeah, no. Yeah, I apparently got kicked off his website. I got an email that said I'm no longer a premium member there. I wasn't. I guess I was getting a free one, but I'm no longer a premium member there. I almost replied like LOL, but I was like, nah, I'll just let it go. Mud floods, yeah. You know, have you guys been watching Suspicious Observer lately with the whole Earth flip thing? Man, that's absolutely crazy. It's like every 12,000 years the Earth flips, and it has to do with unlocking the crust. Something happens, the sun does something that unlocks the crust, and like, get the Iceman. Conflict, get the Iceman. What Iceman? What's his name? Or are you just talking about, like, Iceman? Antonio says Conflict. It's on the Conflict Discord, Mud Flood. All right, I'll check it out. You know, I usually go into the Discord after a show. I guess I should go in there more often, but normally after the show. Renee Cruz says, UFOs, 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 woohoo-hoo, pump it up, UFO community. Renee, I mean, we just saw the UFO community do the worst. I guess it was almost like watching fake news. You know, pumping up. They pumped and pumped and pumped up the hype for this UFO report, and it was absolute garbage. It was a 9-page garbage report. And they spent how many months? 3 months, 4 months, if not longer. I mean, at least the last month, like, oh my God, it's coming down on this day. Oh my God, what's happening? Oh my God, arrows, 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 pointing at everything. You know, what are they going to do? Wim Hof, Iceman. I doubt I'm going to be able to get him on. Damn straight, Conflict. You know, it was the biggest. Corbell's new UFOs and airplane. You know, that one video is absolute crap. You know which one I'm talking about, guys. Let's see. Oh my goodness, look at this. I can't bring it over without doing it. But man, they have. It was. The report was a waste of time and hype. 180 days till disclosure, Chuck says. Oh, you know what? I don't even know if... Is anybody trying to call? Let me bring up the Skype thing here. I don't know if it'll ring if I don't have it up. Alright. So, if anybody wants to call, I guess I'll go ahead and say the number again. The number is 256 850-4513. Renee Cruz says, two-man task force department. What a joke. You're exactly right. This whole thing is a joke. Brian Forrester. You know, I a lot of these guys I think of getting on. Ben Davidson. You know what? Stonewall. I've reached out to him quite a few times and I haven't gotten anything back. I would imagine that he is getting so many emails that he's just not reading them all. So I'll eventually get him on one. If I can, I want to get him on so bad to talk about this Earth flap thing. Ben Davidson, there's nobody I want to get on this show more than that guy right now. Nothing burger with a side of lie. That's exactly right. I mean, why didn't they publish it with a whole bunch of arrows pointed at it? Just point a bunch of arrows here. You know, the news does the same thing, right? With all of their, I guess, look at this, when you really need to be looking at something else over here. Watcher333 says, I've seen several UFOs since I was a child. Big orb-like things and saucers. Seen a saucer as a child really close to ground, had lights around it. I started crying instantly. It filled me full of fear. Well, I mean, that's quite a story, man. That's a story. Chuck Bam says UFO Jesus is a military asset. Dr. Strangelove Santos Bonacci Flat Earth. I'll write it down. Santos BONACCI Flat Earth. Now, keep in mind, guys, I can have, it doesn't matter who I have on. If I have somebody on, it doesn't mean I agree with what they're saying. It means I'm listening to them. And there's nothing wrong with that, I don't think. I don't think there's something wrong with having a debate. I'm not going to sit here and argue with the person. It's not my job to argue their points. It's my job to listen to their points and let you guys listen to their points. I'm not going to argue them, even if I disagree with them. You're not going to know it if I disagree with them or not. All right, so Renee Cruz says, apparently there's a secret Pentagon unofficial, not to be revealed to the public. Second report I hear, it's like 149 pages or something like that. I hope that gets leaked. Well, it's not. It's not going to get leaked. But Cat7 says, yeah, we need more diversity, equity, and inclusion with UAP disclosure, Chuck Bam says. Federico Gonzalez says, lots of UFO sightings in Texas. It's all paid for. Control opposition. The weed in your garden. Do a combo live stream with dark journalist. I don't see the point in doing a combo live stream. Why should we both go live at the same time? I mean, the purpose of having these other YouTubers on is to show you guys their channel and for their viewers to maybe come over and check out mine and vice versa. You know, I think that's how it should go. I don't think we should, it shouldn't be, having, because then who owns the copyright on that, right? I mean, it creates issues. Let's see here. Robert Sullivan. All right, so if anybody wants to call in, the number is 256-850-4513. It'd be great if somebody called in so we can actually try to see if the call-ins work. See if I can get the echo out of the Skype thing before Scott Mitchell comes on. Scott Mitchell is coming on I guess it's July now, right? July 22nd at 7:30 p.m. Central Time, so it's going to be 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time for everybody. I'm going to go an hour later with that show. All right, here we go. Hang on. At Conflict Radio, you're on the air. How you doing?
Hey, good.
So what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Mr. Fox from Illinois.
Oh, hey, Mr. Fox from Illinois. How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm glad to hear you calling in. It's been a minute.
I was trying to call earlier. I think you have to have Skype open for someone to call.
Yeah, if I have the thumbnail minimized, it doesn't come through for some reason. But I can sit here and if I just minimize the box real small and stick it up in the corner, so I can leave that open while I'm reading the chat. So what's going on? You got a story or something for us, or some guest suggestions?
Uh, yeah, I put up some videos on the Discord on the mud floods. I'll have to look up the channels to see exactly who to recommend because there's quite a few of them. Have you heard of the mud floods?
Yeah, I have. So you want me to get a guest on, somebody who can talk about that a little bit?
Yeah,
All right.
that would be good. I don't think too many people heard about it.
Well,
But I also wanted to ask about the July 18th thing that one of the Discord members left. The Reddit thread.
no, I
Have you
didn't
heard
see
about that?
what's going on July 18th. No.
There's supposed to be an invasion, I guess, alien invasion.
Oh, okay. I'm putting that in my calendar right now. Alien invasion.
Yeah,
On
guaranteed.
it's a Sunday too. That's a Sunday. Oh man, that's like 4 days before our Scott Mitchell interview. So it figures, right, that before we get Scott on to tell us who they actually are, he thinks that they're fallen angels, that they're actually going to come, and everybody will be in the dark.
That they're angels?
Yeah, he thinks that they're fallen angels.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's possible, I guess, right?
Yeah, anything's possible nowadays.
Yeah. I mean, they're not going to see... I mean, did we expect that in their UFO report? Like, oh, we think these guys are fallen angels considering they have a, throne room in Antarctica? I mean...
Yeah, definitely not.
We just knew it was going to be nothing but lies, right? And it's funny because I called into that Goof On show, and I told him exactly the day before it dropped, I said, all they're going to do is admit that there's these things up there. They don't have any idea what they are. And that's all they did.
Yeah. But at least they did say that it's not Chinese or Russian.
No, they said that they don't know. They don't know. It could be. It said in their report it could be adversary technology. Yeah,
well, I think.
Yeah, they
are
did.
You sure?
Yeah, they did not rule out. They did not rule out terrestrial.
Because Richard Dolan earlier said that they specifically, or maybe that was in the unreleased part.
Did he have a?
I'm not sure.
Did he have a bunch of arrows on his thumbnail?
He had some source. Yeah. No. You don't do that.
Do you see that a lot on your subscriber
feed? When I seen
feed?
arrows, I automatically thought third phase moon, even though I'm not subscribed to them.
Right. You're like, oh my god, it's conflict radio with a bunch of arrows. What the hell? Yeah. This must be important. We must watch.
Total clickbait. Yeah.
I admit it, it's total clickbait. But you guys are okay. You get it. I'm glad you get it. I won't do it again unless I don't know. unless I feel like it. Ian myself says that they're Klingons.
You could only use them when you have nothing to show, because then it makes it worth it.
Yeah.
You clicking on and seeing some stupid lights in the sky or something.
I just wanted to point out to everybody just how ridiculous it is for all of the arrows everywhere. It's so crazy.
Or that video that Corbell released. What a waste of time. Why would he even release something like that?
Because it's all about look at me. All right, so Chuck Bam just recommended Jay Wiedner. I hope I said that right. Let me write that down. All right, so if you guys have a guest suggestion, do me a favor and do like Chuck did. Put it in caps because as we get calls, a lot of this stuff will fly by. And as I scroll through and look for names that you guys recommend, like Dr. Strangelove, I see Bill Cosby there is in caps, but... I don't think I'm going to be able to get him on as a guest.
If you get some Jello Pops,
yeah,
he'll come on.
Right. Antonio. All right, yeah. So, folks, if I get a Skype call, can I call in? If I get Skype, can I call in? Antonio, yes. If you get Skype, you don't have to call me at the phone number. If you have Skype, just look for Conflict Radio, and then I think you have to add me or send me a smiley face or something, and I have to accept it, and then you can call in. Just search for Conflict Radio on Skype, and then you can call in that way. You don't have to use the number. Davy Jones Locker says Bill Bean. So let me write that down. So were you surprised by the UFO report? Did you think it was going to be more than that, or?
No, definitely not. No, I was surprised that was 6 pages.
Oh my God, the hype up to that show, though, or I mean, up to that, the hype with all the shows up to hyping that report before it came out. Was that not the craziest thing you've ever seen?
It's a cheaper version of Project Blue Book, if I remember the name correctly.
All right, Jonathan.
Was that the name of the UFO report from like the 60s or 70s, Project Blue Book?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think that was all declassed in the yeah. Let me Google it here for you. Project Blue Book, because I don't know for sure. Unidentified flying objects. Yeah, so it had to do with
Stan Freeman, dude.
Yeah, it had to do with the Majestic 12 and all of that.
Yeah. That was a big nothing burger too.
Ariane,
and this was like a cheaper version.
Ariane Adkins-Zell says Brooks Agnew. We just had him on a week or two ago, so definitely check that out. We actually had him on, I think, episode 99 as well, but that's
the last
only
Colin one, I believe.
Yeah. Episode 99, and then he was on right after that. Brooks is awesome. It was a good time. Episode 99 is in the members section because that has, unfortunately, has Jared in it. So I pulled all that stuff. You know what? What do you think? You think the show's gotten better or worse? How do you think the show's doing? How you enjoying Conflict Radio? What should we be doing different? Anything? You could be honest. It's all right.
It's pretty much the same, to be honest with you. I don't see a big difference. I mean, you still have guests on. I mean, it seems like every time Jared was on, and any time anyone said anything religious, he would get pissed off.
Well, I think what got old is that we always had different guests, and every time I had Jared on with somebody, and I didn't realize this until after I had him on for a while, he would say the same stories to every guest.
Yeah.
Not realize, and I'm sitting back in my chair, like rolling my eyes, watching the numbers drop out of the live feed. Like, dude, nobody wants to hear about the Blinky board anymore. Like, we're tired. It's old. It's you don't have to tell every guest the same story for an hour.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard the same story a few times.
All right. So I'm hearing David Politis. David Politis. I've had
411.
Yeah, I've had the other guy on. God, what's his name?
Yeah, have him come on and talk about Bigfoot. I'm sure Chuck will like it.
Yeah, well, I'm actually having a Bigfoot show on tomorrow. We're doing a Bigfoot.
Yes.
Tomorrow we've got Jim Myers on, so I'm actually doing a Bigfoot show tomorrow. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna be honest with him. Like, look, I think that you're gonna have to try to convince me that this is actually something that's out there, because I'm not buying it, right? What do you think of Bigfoot?
The only way I would think it's possible is if they're like interdimensional, and if they could slip in between here and wherever else they can.
I agree. I agree with you. I don't think there's no way that it is a creature out there like a fox or a wolf that we're just not seeing. There's absolutely no way at all. All right, so I am seeing these guest suggestions come in. And I am writing them down, guys, just so you know, while I'm yapping. So you got anything else, man?
David
Yeah.
Paulides gave examples of where, like, footprints go out into the middle of nowhere on snow and disappear. Or that there's one set of prints, like just the left foot. Like it could walk and just show the left foot.
Yeah, you know, I'm not, I don't know. I have a hard time buying all of the Bigfoot stuff. Pete for Creepy Little Book is always good. Ghost 66 says, Pete is coming back on, guys, in August. I have him down. We're going to have open lines with Pete with Creepy Little Book on the 16th of August. I don't know if you guys wanted to write that down. I don't, I tell you guys, you know, the listeners know what's coming up, but I don't put that down on the website at all because I guess a lot of people try to beat you. I'm literally booked out for like the next 2 months. So it's funny because I'll send these.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'll send these emails trying to get guests on the show, and they'll message me back like, "Well, I'm busy the next week," and I'm like, "Well, I'm looking at like September, man." Like, you know. Paul Beska says, "Get George Norrie." No, that's all right.
No.
I'm not.
If Art Bell was still alive, yeah, but
you know, I was thinking of doing a special Art Bell tribute show on his birthday. Let me put in here. Does anybody know when Art Bell's birthday is? June 17th. Oh well, I missed that, huh? So next year, guys, I'm gonna get like 6 or 7 guests. We'll do about a half hour with each guest. And they're going to be guests that Art Bell had and talk about their experience chatting with Art Bell, what they kind of talked about and that kind of stuff. I've actually been thinking about that for
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that for a long time, and I guess I just looked up his birthday. We just missed it. So I guess Art Bell...
A few of them probably aren't here anymore.
Yeah, Art Bell was born June 17th, 1945. So he would have been, what, 55 plus 21, 70... 76? Is that right? Wow.
When did he die? I don't even remember.
Oh goodness.
I know that he's dead, but when did he?
April 13th, 2018.
Oh, wow.
And I wouldn't want to do a show to tribute Art Bell on April 13th, I guess. I'd want to do it on his birthday.
No. Yeah.
55 plus 21 is 70, 76. He would have been 76. Wow. Get Michael from Above Top Secret Texas Podcast. All right, Antonio. You actually Above Top Secret. Let me write that down. Above Top Secret Texan Podcast. I'll definitely check that out. All right, man. Well, anything else?
No, that's it. I'm gonna look up a few people for you to contact when I get off, and I'll just put it in the chat.
Yeah, drop it in the chat, and or you can, you know, if anybody's listening wants to make a suggestion, if you're listening to this later, send me an email. It's info@conflictradio.net. It's really simple. It goes right to my phone. Seriously, like, you know.
Or we could leave it on Discord. Just check Discord.
Yeah, I'll have to
that
check Discord. Or if you could send me a message on Discord, that would probably be the best way to do it.
I'll direct message you, yeah. All right.
All right, man. Have a good night. Thanks for calling in, all right?
You too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, guys. The line is open. You know what? Davy Jones Locker says L.A. Marzulli. I've probably sent that guy 20 emails, and he just never wants to message back to me. So, you know, whatever. You know, if people don't want to come on the show, you know, I mean, you know, or just don't have the time, I'm writing down Peyton from Paranormal Files. You know, I've actually, you know, I've sent Steve Quayle a few, Travis Walton. Yeah, that's another one that doesn't write back to me. You know, I sent I sent Steve Quayle a bunch of invites to come onto the show, and he actually writes back. Like, hey, thanks for the invite. It's really busy. Yeah, Renee Cruz, we do have a Conflict Radio Discord. The link is in the description box below. If anybody has Discord and wants to join the Conflict Radio Discord, the link is going to be below every video that we do in the future. So definitely go check that out. Alexander Bruce. Who's Alexander Bruce? Can you tell me? While I write that down. Alexander Bruce. Bruce. I'm also trying to get Brian Green on. Yeah, Steve Quayle would be fun to talk about. I wanted to talk about fallen angels with him and the whole fallen angels or UFOs, but I think he's convinced that the world is ending pretty much at like any time now. I think he has been for a while, honestly. But he would be fun to talk to, right? Yeah, I'm always on Insomnia Chat Discord, Renee says. Great call-in. Next caller. Yep, guys, call in. The number is 256-850. Oh, let me back this up. Is anybody sending me a... No, nobody sent me any things here. If, up. 256-850-4513. If anybody wants to call in. I guess Truck Bam says Bruce is great. Yeah, I'll check it out. You guys gave me quite a lot of suggestions here. Let me tell you what we got coming up. Jim Myers on Thursday the 1st. Then on Monday we've got Walter Bosley is going to come on. Next Thursday, Bruce Olive Salim is coming on to the show. On the 12th, Paul Anthony Wallace. He is from Australia. So I actually reached out to him and got a hold of him for all you Australia mates that listen to the show. I know everybody likes hearing that. Kelly Courtney says Laura Eisenhower. Let me write that down. Laura Eisenhower. Okay, on the 15th, we have Donna Frankhart on. She is a coroner. She's going to have some stories of I guess that's a dead person show. After that, the alien invasion is going to happen on the 18th. And the next day, we're going to have Gail Lynn on. She's with the Harmonic Egg. It's about, that's going to be frequency healing, that kind of show. Scott Mitchell, Open Lines on the 22nd. Cynthia Sue Larson's going to be back with us on the 26th. I can't wait for that show. We're going to talk about quantum immortality. I'm really excited for that show. Preston Dennett on the 29th. And that's July. So we'll leave that there for now, and we'll talk about August at another time. No, Laura, big scammer, Conflict Radio. Chuck, I whatever. People want, if, I'm going to, Kelly wants her on the show, so I'll reach out and we'll see. Dead Person Show, LOL. Yep, Antonio, you got it. The book is called I See Dead People. And Kelly Courtney says, really? Don't worry, Kelly. I'll reach out, see if she wants to come on. I mean, the show's not going anywhere, guys. If anything, I want to get more guests and do more shows, more days a week. So more than 2 days a week. Maybe even go to 3, 4, 5 days a week with this show, if I can get the guests to cover. My goal, actually, for Conflict Radio is to get 2 shows or 2 guests a show 5 days a week. That'd be 10 guests a week, and we'll do like an hour and a half for each guest, and make it like a 3-hour show 5 days a week with 2 guests a day. That is my goal. Barry says, I'm sure Randall Carlson is very busy, but what about his buddy Brad? Been with them for many years and traveled with Randall Carlson. He might be a guest. Well, I'll write him down. We'll see. How about topics, guys? Is there any other topics, I guess, besides UFOs and Bigfoot or, ancient history stuff? Wow, Conflict, that would be amazing. Yeah, I mean, it would be pretty cool if I can get a show if I can get a show to do that. You know, a lot of the problems, honestly, is it takes so much time to book. I mean, I could just imagine like these shows that go 7 days a week with 2 guests a show or whatever. I mean, they must have a whole team of people booking, because it takes so much time to go through. I mean, I guess you get a bunch of crap that way, but I could always have a vitamin guy on for like 4 days a week, right? Or you know, some kind of dating person, you know, some dating show, you know, conflict dating app, right? Maybe we can do the conflict dating app. Consciousness for a topic. Yeah, I love consciousness for a topic. I do. I'm so curious about it. Like, what's really going on with consciousness? Where does it come from? Are we all the same? I mean, all of us right here, right now. I mean, are we all the same being? Just one being? Could be. Occult magic. All right, I'll write that down. Hound of the Valner. He says, well, I just heard Pete talk about the omni-terrestrials. Some mad shit, bro. Paul Beska, yes. Exorcism, reptilian humanoids. Let me bring this Skype link back up here. I really don't heat Bigfoot. Insomnia chat, secure team 10. That's Discord. Renee, are you posting secure teams 10 Discord? Yeah. Dr. Strangelove, you got it. Ben Fuchs, Akashic Memory. I've had some Akashic Memory shows already. That's interesting stuff. You know, wasn't that in that movie Interstellar, like where they're flying around? Look, I got an arrow. Let me point the arrow up to the number here. Where he was like flying around in that giant library. It's kind of like the Akashic Records, right? Isn't that what that was? Let me light up a cigarette here. I am thinking of smoking, or I am thinking of not smoking anymore. I've actually I've got a whole bunch of patches to use. The works of Rudolf Steiner. Just so everybody knows, that Academy of Ideas show that we had with Brooks Anew, I did hear back from him. He loved what we did with the video. He said that it was no problem. Just so everybody knows. So that video is still up there. I think I made it unlisted so it's not in the search results, but you can find it in the Conflict Radio, you know, the Conflict Radio playlist for that. Yo, a feller smoker, great. Yeah, I know. I've been doing it a long time. You know, it's kind of a pain in the ass, because as you get older, you start realizing you can't do things that you want to do anymore. Paul Beska says Inner Earth. I had a Starseed lady on, and boy, she just blew me away. If anybody wants to listen to that show, hypnotism for smoking. You know, I actually quit for like 3 months, or I guess about a year ago, with the patch, so I know that it works. The problem is that my wife, she wasn't on board with quitting, so that kind of threw everything out the window. Let me write that down. Jack Carey from Paranormal Intelligence Agency. Jack Carey, Paranormal Intelligence Agency. All right. Find a hypnotist to put you under live. Yeah. If you know, I should. We actually had a regression therapist on. I think it was episode 4 or something. Real early on, but Barry says, Conflict, I'm kind of working on a story, the Chicago fire on the same day all over Michigan with huge forest fires, but with only the paper reporting Chicago. Kind of funny how mass wildfires broke out. Well, I mean, it's what we're all about, right? Isn't climate change the big thing now? Jack Carey, Paranormal Intelligence Agency. He was the J.C. Johnson in Four Corner Cryptids. Renee Cruz says, awesome live UFO show. I don't know if we're really a UFO show. We're just kind of chatting amongst ourselves. I got a bunch of arrows, so it gets a lot of people in here. I see we've got 45 people in here. They have clicked on the arrows. Ghost 6 says, any cryptid is good. Varla Ventura, she has books out always on Spaced Out Radio. We've had Varla on a couple times talking about fairies, and well, we talked about good fairies on one show, and we talked about bad fairies on another one. Barry says, I gotta quit smoking cigarettes only. Yeah, I hear you. Federico Gonzalez says, talk about the 9/11 conspiracy. Well, can we talk about that now? I mean, I guess we can, right? That's not something that, I mean, I don't know. Everybody kind of knows, right? There's something weird happened that day. You know, you think about how long ago that was. I guess 2001, so about 20 years ago. There's a lot of people alive have never. I mean, I grew up in the shadow of those towers, like in right there in New Jersey, on the Jersey side. I used to look at those towers every day. Why, what a sad thing when those came down. I remember I used to sit in my bedroom window, actually, when I was a kid, and look out the bedroom window, and you could see the towers from the Jersey side. Right out my bedroom window, you sit up there and watch the lightning. I think I was probably like 4. I was listening to some song about I had the Bionic Man album. I guess from the Bionic Man, I had Chipmunks. I had what was that Meatball song? On top of spaghetti. Jonathan Dover, Skinwalkers on the Four Corners Reservation. I'll write that down, Jonathan Dover. I would like to do a Skinwalker show. That would be fun. Jonathan Dover. And also about the building in Florida that just collapsed. You know, I honestly, man, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't start seeing more and more of that. Kelly Courtney says, I might have caught it on vid, a Mothman happening in Chicago. Well, that'd be cool. Justin B says, when is Dad coming back? I don't know, man. Justin who? Who's your dad? Barry says, like, haha. Well, nobody's going to call in, really? You know, I got Scott Mitchell all fired up for open lines. Oh, there we go. Oh, somebody changed their mind. Call back, man. 470. Whoever that is. Renee Cruz says, but you have to look at the plus sides of not smoking cigarettes anymore. I know. Oh, you won't die from cancer. Well, that's not saying I'm not going to die of cancer. I could quit smoking today and I might still die of cancer. I know. I'm working on it. I'm getting there. The wife will be ready one day. She'll be ready. I'm working it. When she's ready, I know I can do it. Do something on the weird shit Admiral Byrd did in Antarctica and said in shows during 50s. Should I do like an Orson Welles thing? Like maybe just write a story and pretend. You know what? We should do that, right, guys? Maybe we should have a. You guys will have to do it with me. Like we'll do an alien invasion show where they're actually coming down now. And you guys will have to call in with your stories and tell me what's going on out there. That could be so fun. We should totally do that. Let's do that. I'm going to write it down. Let's do that on the 18th of July. Isn't that when the alien invasion is supposed to happen? Let's do open lines. I'm writing it in the book now. Open lines on the 18th for an alien invasion. And then you guys will have to call me and tell me what you're seeing. You'll have to report into me what's going on out there. Renee says, okay, I'm rooting for you. More will power to you. I love the idea of doing a show like that. If you guys can actually call in. Remember, download Skype and just add Conflict Radio. And you can call in that way. Maybe I'll try to find another way. Boy, what a fun show that would be. Just have everybody call in with different stories. Like, oh my God. I'm in Illinois. Say it's Mr. Fox. I'm in Illinois, and then they're coming down. They're burning up the city. That should be fun. That'll be fun. All right, guys. Well, I guess I'll let you go. You know, let's promote that. Let's see if I can get See if I can get some other people involved. Some other people that I know will actually call in. Antonio says, Conflict, let's do it. I'm up for it. Dr. Strangelove says, do it, Conflict. Kelly Courtney says, I'll call in where? Kelly, don't you see the big number on the screen? 256-850-4513. Call me. Oh, Blue Chicken's here. How you doing, Blue? Jack Carey from Paranormal Planet. All right, let me write that down. Jack Carey. Oh, here comes somebody. Conflict Radio.
Yeah.
Conflict Radio, you're on the air. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing there?
All right, you're gonna have to turn down your the show
Yeah,
volume.
I did.
All right. So what's your name?
I was just watching you.
What's your first name? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Georgia.
Georgia. How you doing,
I'm
man?
in Georgia. I'm doing fine. I was just listening. I just popped over by accident. I was just listening to it because I be having other experiences myself. You know?
All right. All right. Is there anything you want to talk about? You have a UFO experience you want to share with us?
Yeah, well, I'll take a lot of pictures. So I get a lot of pictures of beings and, actually beings. I get a lot of pictures of them.
All right. Man, I'm having such a hard time understanding you.
Let me take off the speaker. Hold on.
All right.
Okay, I'm sorry about that.
Oh, that's actually a lot better.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I get a lot of pictures of beings. I know a lot of them hang out in the trees.
Who hangs out in trees?
The beings.
The beings?
Yes.
Oh, good. Tell us the story. What are you seeing in the trees?
Well, pretty much once I take my pictures and everything, I have to pretty much like zoom in. And so I get pictures of beings or different types of beings. I even get like orbs. I got a bunch of orbs. It look like beings, like ancestors or something. But
So-
they're like they're like a light.
They don't like the light?
No, they're in a light form.
Oh, okay. They're in a light form.
Yes.
Wow, that's interesting.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, I get a lot of stuff.
all right. So that you got a lot of pictures that you can see them pretty well.
Yeah, I can see them. I mean, I can. So sometimes others can't see what I see, but I see them.
Do
But
they
then there's a lot of others I can zoom in where others can see it.
have they ever tried to communicate with you at all or talk to you?
Oh yeah, I'll be honest with you. I went to New York this was December, and I was having a little cookout outside. And literally, I was outside talking to somebody. Somebody said it was going to be okay, Mama.
Yeah, that's true.
Out loud, not in my head, but out loud. And that's the first time it ever happened.
So you heard it out loud. It wasn't like an ESP thing.
It wasn't in my head. It was out loud. So I'm not the only person who heard it.
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
Oh yeah.
So did you sense like any kind of fear from it all? Were you scared?
Well, no, because it's not my only time reacting with these beings.
So what was the first time?
The first time, it was a light. It was me and my sons was outside with some friends, outside just talking, and this light just came down. Like a little circle light. Now, there was nothing else because we only had one light in the complex that lit up. And there was no plane. And it was lit up around us. By the time we looked up, it was gone. I already knew what it was already. So, I have a lot of experience, I've been attacked by them. There's
You've
a
been
lot of
attacked?
stuff going on with it.
You said that they attacked you?
Attacked, yes, for me taking pictures.
Did they hurt you at all? Were you bruised or
Well,
scratched?
pretty much. Well, I wasn't bruised, but what happened is they made my nose bleed. And so for 2 months straight, my nose was bleeding, so I had to have
Did they have
emergency surgery.
Did they physically hit you, or did they make your
No,
nose?
no.
They made your nose
They
bleed
made-
with their mind.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they actually showed themselves to me.
Wow.
Yeah, so I do have pictures.
All right. Clifton James Kelly
Clifton?
says he's calling, but there's no answer. Well, I mean, if somebody's on the phone, that's what's going to happen.
Oh, he's trying to call me? Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to let you go so you can get your next...
All right. You have a good night. All right.
I appreciate you.
All right,
Good night.
bye-bye. All right, Clifton, if you want to give a call again. Boy, that was a story, huh? Beings in the trees attacking her for taking their picture. Crazy. Well, I guess stuff like that's going to happen. Clifton James says, called twice, just rang. Well, I'm staring right at it. It's here, man. Give a call. It should come through. We'll hear it. Conflict says, what ancestors does he see? Like who? I don't know. I guess he had to go. Mr. Fox says, what? Demand lab-grown chicken farts are killing the earth. Thanks, Chuck. I really need to read ahead of what you guys say. Sapphire Elf is here. How you doing, Sapphire? Floating orbs and trees. I don't hazard a guess. That happens around December. Ghost 66 says, ever have Nick Redfern 40-something book and counting? I don't know. Call Aegean Cliff. Sapphire Elf. You and Hound of the Valnor. That story was on telly the other night. I just seen it. Well, I mean, if somebody wants to call and tell a story, I guess we're gonna listen. I guess I don't watch too much television. All right, guys. Well, I guess we'll wrap it up. We got a show tomorrow. I guess we've been going about an hour, so no, Mr. Fox. Leprechauns. You want a show on leprechauns? I mean, they're kind of like the little people, right? Leprechauns. Gray's probe for the delectable delights. Thanks, Chuck. Always with the Jack Valet would be good. All right, fellas. Guys and girls of all ages. All right, Clifton James Kelly says he's going to try to call open line. So I guess we'll give you a few minutes. I would call in, but I'm pretty stoned. Sapphire says, go Cliff. All right, come on. Ring. Somebody's got a story. I don't know why it wouldn't be working. Antonio says, thanks, Conflict. Love the impromptu show. Hey, I just trying to make a point about the arrows. It's a little old and a little ridiculous. Hugh Hound to the Valnor says, you want to know about leprechauns? Ask the Irishman. I'll tell you. Well, send me an email and give me your contact information. Let's talk about leprechauns. Hound of the Valnor. That could be fun. I live right on Lake Michigan. I spend many nights hoping to see something, sometimes a sail. All night, the only thing I ever see is a falling star. That sucks, Barry. Call Clifton James Kelly, Chuck Bam says. Oh, you know what, guys? That's all right. Some people just have cold feet. Anything on demon possessions? You know, I've been watching, my wife and I, we've been watching this show called Evil on Paramount Plus. Have you guys seen this? It is so good. I think it has a lot to do with that Leftovers show. If anybody has ever seen... If you haven't seen The Leftovers on HBO, go watch it. It's 3 seasons. I think it's like 12 episodes a season. I think the last season's like 10 episodes or 9 or something. It's not even a full season, but man, that has to be one of the best shows I've ever seen. And Evil on Paramount Plus right now. I get Paramount Plus because I love Star Trek. So I always have Paramount Plus going just because I told them I would if they were to do an Enterprise show. And they're doing it, so I'm going to stay subscribed to them all year because, well, Sapphire Elf says, I've missed the whole show. I guess so. The only thing I did at the beginning was talk crap about all the arrows. So can just talk about specific encounters. Anything about the 1 mile long teacher from the shuttlecraft. I don't know. Is it about the Biden administration? No. All right, guys. Well, let's wrap it up. I'll be back tomorrow with Jim Myers. Oh, here he comes. Try to get me answer this. From North Carolina, I'm guessing 910, right? How are you doing?
That's me.
Who is this?
Clifton.
Clifton, how you doing, man? You're in North Carolina?
Good, how you doing, mate? Yeah, Wilmington.
Oh, all right. Wilmington. You know, I used to live in Burgaw. You know where that is?
Did you? Yeah, I know what's up.
It's about 20
You
minutes
probably know
away,
it.
I suppose.
I stay right over the bridge in Leland.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I used to go through Wilmington all the time because my parents used to live in Burgaw, and I lived in Myrtle Beach, so I always used to drive through Wilmington back and forth to go see my parents.
Yeah, back when Myrtle Beach was cool.
Myrtle Beach is still cool. I haven't been there.
Yeah.
I haven't been there in like 15 years, I guess.
Oh, you don't know it ain't that cool anymore.
No.
Yeah.
They took out the NASCAR go-kart park, right?
I don't know. That, I don't know about that part, but the strip park, it's pretty much dead all the time now.
It's dangerous. That's why. There were a lot of shootings, I think, right there. Even before I left, they were shooting everybody there all the time. Right, so you got a story you want to tell us?
I can. The main story, it's not a story, it's the truth, is the Bible. How are you? What's your name?
My name's Michael.
And how old are you?
I'm old. I guess I'm in my 40s, man. What's up? What do you want to talk about? Just
Okay.
You just curious about
just
me?
Truth, brothers. The truth, no, the truth for everybody. Everybody needs to get their Bible, man, and read every word. Everything we're supposed to do is encoded in that Bible.
So you think the UFOs are fallen angels?
Yeah.
You do?
All it is deception.
Yeah, well. You think that they're gonna
all
come?
All the virus thing is deception to keep the public away from the truth. The truth of what's going on right now is evil, demonic, unhuman acts.
I think that was an attack on our country. I think it was an attack. It was an attack on the world, but it was. I think we were the number one target for that.
What was
the made for TV virus?
Oh, I mean, they're trying to be like the Guidestones, man. You know, Georgia Guidestones. I mean, they're gonna do everything they can to have their way and say that we're overpopulated. Well, there's plenty of land. There's land everywhere, but there's no love. People have to realize that you have to love thy neighbor and love God.
Well, I don't even think most people don't even know who their neighbors are anymore.
Number one, if you get lost from that point on, then you're lost until hopefully you get found, not tragically, but found.
So how do you know that's what it is? How do you know that the fallen angels are in the UFOs? How do you know that for sure?
It's
like, did you see them personally?
I sleep with my Bible beside my bed.
Well, yeah,
Sorry.
I mean, I get that, but how do you know
this
that
is the story. This is what I'm telling you. This is what I'm telling you. You ask a question. I'm trying to give you an answer. I sleep with my Bible beside my bed.
All right.
My Bible was fine. There was nothing wrong with it.
Okay.
I woke up one morning. The Bible, half of the pages were scrunched together, and they're still like that. A page was bit by something out of my Bible. A bite was taken out of my Bible. We are in a biblical war, good versus evil. Pick your side.
Yeah.
Because it's at the door.
No, I agree with you. I think
you have a good evening.
All right, man. You too. Thank you. All right. Well. All right, guys. Well, we're in a war. Good versus evil. Collins Elite did a report on it. Conflict Radio, or Chuck Bam says. Demons. Yeah. Look, guys. We're gonna always listen to anybody's story. Conflict Radio, or Antonio says, check out Star Trek Acid Party on YouTube. It's hilarious. The full 40-minute version. I will check it out. Well, BPXM. I guess he's gone now. Justin B. Bring Clifton back. I guess he got frustrated. I guess with me. Like, I mean, I don't disagree with what he was saying. I was just asking him how he knew that's what it is. I don't know. I mean, we can all have our beliefs, but how do we know for sure of something is? I mean, I can't go out there and say that I know for sure what something is just because I believe that that's what it is. I have to be able to prove it with facts or some experience. Like if I said, oh my God, I believe UFOs are real, like I actually saw a freaking UFO, I might not be able to prove it, but I could tell you my story and why I'm saying so. You know, if you just, I mean, there has to be a reason why you believe something, right? I mean, that's all I was asking for. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for us. I guess let's just wrap it up. It was a pretty decent show. Just wanted to make a point about the arrows. I hope you all got a pretty good laugh out of that. And we're going to wrap it up. And until next time, batten down the hatches and be safe.